At the dawn of existence emerged several primordial entities. Chaos came first, followed by Gaia, the embodiment of Earth, and then Eros, the essence of love. From Gaia and chaos emerged Uranus, the personification of heaven, who in turn gave rise to the Titans. However, Uranus grew distrustful of his offspring and imprisoned them deep within the earth. Gaia, distressed by the fate of her children, forged a mighty sickle for her son, Cronos. When Uranus approached Gaia, Cronos seized the opportunity, castrating his father, casting his several parts into the sea, liberating his fellow Titans. Cronos ushered in the age of their dominance, marrying the Titaness Rhea. Cronos fathered the principal gods, imprisoning them within himself. Rhea besieged Gaia for aid, who helped hide Zeus on Mount Ida in Crete, substituting a stone for the infant Zeus. Ra deceived Cronos, raised by Gaia until maturity. Zeus confronted his father, initiating a conflict between gods and Titans. After a 12-year struggle, Zeus secured the aid of the Cyclops and 100-handed giants, tilting the balance of power. Subduing the Titans, Zeus consigned them to Tartarus, commencing the reign of the gods. Dividing authority through lots, Zeus claimed dominion over the sky, Poseidon over the seas, and Hades over the realms of the dead. Zeus, the paramount deity, governed from Mount Olympus, employing his symbols of thunderbolt and eagle to communicate with mortals. Controlling the elements, Zeus safeguarded homes and strangers, punishing inhospitality severely. Marrying his sister Hera, Zeus fathered gods like Ares and Hephaestus, while also engaging in numerous liaisons with both goddesses and mortal women, yielding offsprings such as Athena, Hermes, Apollo, Artemis, Persephone, Dionysus, and renowned heroes like Perseus and Hercules. Much to the ire of the jealous Hera, Poseidon, equally formidable, reigned over the seas, wielding power over earthquakes and reserved as the patron of horses. Though his palace graced Mount Olympus, Poseidon preferred his rispland abode beneath the waves. Sailors had to besiege Poseidon and offer adequate sacrifices, lest they faced a perilous demise at sea. It proved exceedingly imprudent to incur Poseidon's wrath, for he harbored grudges and could mete out severe punishments. In the myth of Theseus and Minotaur, King Minos governed the Isle of Crete. Annually, he presented his finest bull in sacrifice to Poseidon. However, one year, he withheld his favorite bull, a majestic white beast. Poseidon took notice, but instead of directly chastising Minos, he opted to target his spouse. He ensnared her affection for the bull, ultimately resulting in the birth of the Minotaur, a creature half human and half bull. Hades, the eldest among his siblings, held dominion over the Underworld, where the soul of the departed dwelled. Alongside his consort, Persephone, they were revered as deities of fertility. The Underworld boasted numerous sentinels and trials, rendering passages for the deceased arduous and for the living nearly impossible. Souls traversed the perilous river Styx, and the only with passage from the ferryman, Charon. Could entry be gained, Charon demanded payment. Funerary customs included placing coins upon the eyes of the departed. Those unable to afford passage were condemned to linger upon the Stygian shores indefinitely. Beyond Charon loomed Cerberus, the legendary three-headed guardian of the underworld gates. Ultimately, souls faced judgment from the three arbiters of the underworld, determining their fates in Elysium, the fields of Asphodel or Tartarus, Elysium resembled paradise, where heroes, demigods, and virtuous mortals found repose. The asphodel meadows served as a resting place for common folk, neither notably virtuous nor malevolent in life. Tartarus resembled hell, where titans and transgressors against the gods endured eternal torment. Hera, Zeus's sister and spouse, and the supreme goddess, safeguarded marriage and women. She commanded reverence within Greek society, but was also renowned for her vengeful nature, punishing women who lay with her husband and their progeny. During Leto's pregnancy with Apollo and Artemis, Hera impelled her childbirth. She transformed Io, another of Zeus's paramours, into a heifer, guarded by the 100-eyed Argos. One of her infamous acts of jealousy was directed by Hercules, Zeus' illegitimate offspring. Hera dispatched serpents to slay the future hero in infancy, yet Hercules triumphed by crushing the serpent with his bare hands. Him to madness, compelling him to commit the atrocious act of killing his wife and children, an event that propelled him into undertaking his 12 labors. Athena, the deity revered for both wisdom and war, was not brought into existence through conventional means, born as the offspring of Zeus and Metis. Her interest into the world was marked by an unusual series of events. Zeus, fearing a prophecy that foretold his progeny overthrowing him, swallowed Metis while she carried Athena. Subsequently, Zeus began to suffer from excruciating headaches, prompting him to seek a solution from a fellow immortal believed to possess extraordinary speed. Athena emerged from Zeus's split forehead, fully adorned in battle attire, and unleashed a resounding war cry. Known for her penchant for aiding heroes such as Perseus and Hercules, Athena held a special fondness for Odysseus, whom she tirelessly protected to ensure his safe return home. Adored in Athens, the city named in her honor, Athena engaged in a contest with Poseidon over its patronage. Poseidon summoned forth a stream of water by striking the ground with his trident, while Athena caused the first olive tree to sprout by striking the earth with her foot. Declared the victor by the gods, Athena bestowed her name upon the city. Reserved as one of the sacred virgin goddesses, a temple erected in her honor atop the Acropolis in Athens was christened the Parthenon. Derived from Parthenos, meaning the virgin, Ares, the god characterized by his bloodthirstiness and cruelty in warfare, garnered little favor from both gods and mortals alike. The conflicts he embodied lacked the honor and heroism typically associated with battle, instead embodying the primal fury and carnage of the battlefield. Engaged in an illicit affair with Aphrodite, who was wed to Hephaestus, Ares would rendezvous with her whenever her husband was absent. Discovered by Hephaestus, the cunning god devised an invisible net, which he then laid over their bed, feigning departure. Caught in the act, Ares and Aphrodite found themselves ensnared within the net, unable to extricate themselves. Summons the gods to witness the spectacle, and only through the intervention of Poseidon were they freed from their embarrassment and excitement. Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love, wielded influence over both mortal and immortal hearts, often manipulating her powers for her own entertainment. Of her birth vary, some claiming she emerged from genitals of Uranus, while others suggest she was another illegitimate child of Zeus. Aphrodite played a crucial role in the Trojan War, when Prince Paris of Troy was tasked with presenting an apple to the various goddess among Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, each offering something different in return. Paris chose Aphrodite's promise of the world's most beautiful woman in the world. Helen, who was already married to King Menelaus of Sparta, under Aphrodite's influence, Helen eloped with Paris, sparking the conflict known as the Trojan War, as King Menelaus and his brother Agamemnon raised an immense army to reclaim her. Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and twin sister of Apollo, wielded a deadly skill with her bow and arrow, ensuring the balance of the wilderness by watching over both hunters and their prey. Artemis fearlessly guarded her virginity, as demonstrated when she transformed the hunter Actaeon into a deer for glimpsing her bath bathing, leading to his demise by his own hunting dogs. Apollo, twin brothers of Artemis, held dominion over archery, light, and music, often depicted with a lyre as much as a bow. Renowned for prophecy, Apollo established the Oracle of Delphi on Mount Parnassus, after slaying the serpent Python on Delos. Hermes, the divine messenger and the patron of thieves, was also known for his mischievous nature, frequently playing tricks and pilfering from his fellow gods. Upon reaching maturity, Hermes assumed his role as messenger, wielding a golden rod as a symbol of his authority and sporting a winged helmet and sandals for swift flight. Demeter, goddess of agriculture and guardian of the harvest, cherished her daughter Persephone above all else. It also happened that Hades too harbored a keen interest in Persephone, for he had fallen deeply in love with her. On a certain day, as the maiden plucked flowers, he cunningly opened up the earth and whisked her away to the underworld. Demeter, upon discovering this, was consumed by anguish and tirelessly scoured the land in search of her beloved daughter, persevering through 9 days and nights until Helios, the sun god, unveiled the identity of her captor. Demeter then sequestered herself indoors for an entire year, refusing to emerge until Persephone was safely returned. With the goddess agriculture withdrawn, the world plunged into famine. To avert calamity, Zeus commanded Hades to release Persephone. However, Hades had already bound the girl to him by offering her the food of the dead, a pomegranate. After prolonged deliberations, Zeus declared that Persephone would spend 3 months of the year with Hades and the remaining 9 with Demeter. This arrangement elucidates the chill of winter and the withering of vegetation as Demeter yearns for her daughter's return. This thing faced a tumultuous beginning to his existence. Being born with a physical ailment, Hera, his mother, resolved to cast him from Olympus into the sea to perish. Despite this dire fate, Hephaestus persevered and ultimately returned to the divine abode, where Hera, seeking reconciliation, bestowed Aphrodite upon him as his wife. Renowned for his ingenuity, Hephaestus crafted numerous palaces atop Olympus and forged weaponry and armor for esteemed heroes such as Achilles. Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, epitomized the exuberance of the Olympian pantheon. He was trailed by frenzied devotees known as Maenads, and mischievous half-goat creatures called satyrs, enjoying a fervent cult following throughout Greece. Dionysus's adherents engaged in lavish feasts and the ecstatic revelries for which his mythic companions were famed. The Greek gods encapsulate both the loftiest virtues and the darkest vices of humanity, from the belligerent and luminous Ares to the enchanting and alluring Aphrodite. Greek mythology portrays an epic struggle for dominance between generations, reflecting timeless themes of power dynamics and familial conflicts. These tales, passed down through the ages, underscore the enduring influence of these deities, whose legacy continue to resonate profoundly in the present day.